This is Garis, Masculist, MGTOW flyers. That is 2 3-page essays on the themes of Masculism and MGTOW, written by and read aloud by Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. This is flyer number 268, entitled Masculist Defanging of Compulsory Anti-Rape Seminars at Universities for Men. Description: this flyer imagines a rebellion by masculist freshers who attend a compulsory anti-rape seminar at their university. They attack the fat, ugly, lesbian women's studies professor giving the seminar with a harangue of masculist rhetoric. Flyer itself. Center it a bit more. Masculist Defanging of Compulsory Anti-Rape Seminars at Universities for Men by Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. Email profhugodegaris@yahoo.com. Website profhugodegaris.wordpress.com. This flyer imagines a rebellion by a group of masculist freshers at university who are obliged by university administrators to attend an anti-rape seminar for men. The fact that these anti-rape seminars are compulsory for men on many campuses in the US angers me as a masculist. This flyer imagines what I would do with a few masculist colleagues if I were young and in a similar situation, knowing what I know now, or what I now know about MGTOW and masculism. So imagine it's a few years into the future, to the point that there's a men's lib group on your campus. So there are several dozen of you in this group, but most women, as well as the university administration, are unfamiliar with MGTOW/masculist ideas. You are a fresher male, made to attend an anti-rape seminar for men. You listen to the fat, lesbian, feminazi, gender studies professor talk about the rape culture on campus, and you interrupt her with a question. M, that's you, the man, or masculist. Excuse me, professor, what is the rape rate? F, so female, feminazi. Excuse me? M. You said that 1 woman in 5 on campus will be raped. That sounds like a wild exaggeration to me. So what is the scientifically measured rape rate? At what frequency per 1,000 adults per year are people raped? That is, forced penetration into the woman's vagina. F. I told you, 1 in 5. M. As soon as you said that, I googled what is the rape frequency in the US and got 1.6 per 1,000. And the link, if you want to look it up for yourself, is www.rainn.org/statistics/scope-problem. That figure is wildly different from what you are saying. So why are you spreading this lie, spreading disinformation, and dumping on men? It's behavior like that that makes women like you so hated by men. You feminazi, fluffy feminist hypocrites are the most hated category of women by men. You're the first type of women to be rejected by men because you make yourself repulsive to men. No man wants to have a relationship with a misandrist, male-dumping, feminazi bitch. Women like that are left to rot on the shelf. To you women in this room, you need to really pick up on this. If you're stupid enough to state publicly in your social circle that you're a feminist, then that's the kiss of death for you in terms of getting a man. These feminazi bitches have taken over the divorce courts and made them so toxic for males that young men our age refuse to marry, refuse to have kids, and spend our money on ourselves. We are MGTOW, men going their own way. We won't go near a fluffy who are the enemy to us. We spit on fluffies, that is, traditional women who expect to parasite off the money of a man. If men are obliged by the administration to attend these anti-rape seminars, then you women should also be obliged to attend anti-fluffy seminars, so that you are made conscious that fluffies are hated by the MGTOWs and Masculists for being immoral, parasitic, man-slaving vermin, to be wiped out by the MGTOW/Masculists by refusing to have anything to do with them, not even pumping and dumping them. You women have a maternity rejection right, but we men don't have a paternity rejection right, which screams of injustice, so that millions of men are lied to by their girlfriends when these women are in their 30s, when their biological clocks are ticking hard, saying to their boyfriends that they're on the pill, but get pregnant nevertheless, by not taking it accidentally. This lying is a criminal act that ruins a man's life, because you feminazi bitches have made the laws so misandrist that men are then forced to pay for a kid that he doesn't want, ruining his life. We Masculists know that we men have the financial power to force you women to get off your fluffy parasitic asses and fip up, and if you don't, then we will punish you by totally ignoring you, wiping you out, causing you to rot on the shelf to extinction, so that your fluffy genes are removed from the gene pool. You women must bother to study career-competent majors at high school, so that you can study career-competent majors, for example, STEM, science, tech, engineering, math, and the professions at university, so that you can be FIPS, financially independent persons, as adults, and not parasite off the money of a man. We Masculists have the financial power to force you women to grow up. If you don't become financially responsible adults as FIPS, then you'll be punished by men by not getting one. This is not some fringy movement. In practice now, in a string of major countries, nearly 90% of young men under 35 refuse to marry, refuse to have kids, and spend their money on themselves. That is, they are MGTOWs, men going their own way, and Masculists, that's men's libbers. We Masculists are appalled at the hypocrisy of these compulsory anti-rape seminars. They are so biased and full of lies. For example, your bullshit about the 1 in 5 rape rate, when it's actually under 0.2%. That is 100 times less. You lying cunt, you misandrous bitch. Women like you deserve to be manless, and it is we Masculists who are causing women to be punished like that. You women need to learn to be nice to men, or you won't get one. 99.5% of women are heterosexual, says sexological research. So that means virtually all women are dependent on men for their sex. Feminazi bitch women, however, don't even get pumped and dumped, so hated are they by men. Women like you serve as an anti-model for young women, how not to behave towards men. Masculists tell women, if you piss on men as feminazis, then the Masculists will shit on you right back, forcing you to rot on the shelf. Most of the feminazis are fluffies in your attitudes towards men. Most of you feminazis are fluffies in your attitudes towards men. You still expect to be able to parasite on men financially by not bothering to fip up. That is, by getting a career-competent education, so that you can become FIPS as adults and not parasite on a man. You've probably guessed we, that is this little group of 5 men, are from the men's group here, and we have a hatred of the hypocrisy of you feminazi bitches. You lash out at men and feel quite justified at doing that. But you explode when we Masculists lash out at fluffies and fluffy feminist hypocrites who want equal rights with men but reject equal obligations with men by not bothering to fip up and become financially responsible adults. You feminazi bitches are now forced to give up your monopoly on gender discourse. From now on, you'll have to share the gender stage with the MGTOWs and the Masculists. We Masculists are smarter than you feminazis and have much higher testosterone levels, so we can beat you at your own game. When you feminazi bitches piss on men, we very angry Masculists will shit on you right back. You hated feminazis have taken over the divorce courts and made them toxic for males, causing men to reject paternity, thus wiping out whole populations. That you feminazis are the root cause of, because it is you people who've made the divorce courts toxic. So you're now genociders. You are wiping out whole populations, so you have to be stopped. Do we do that with bullets? Do masculists shoot feminazis on the spot in the street when we hear feminazi PC bullshit? Or do we just bitch slap feminazis to oblivion? So, lady, feminazi, as masculists, we shit on your lies, your misandry, and we will complain to the administration to see you get fired for lying to us about the rape rate, that you were too intellectually lazy, too cyanidly incompetent to bother to check. It took me a few seconds to find the real rape rate on my cell phone, which flatly contradicts the misandrous garbage that you're coming out with. We masculists are fed up with your PC as cyanide fairy feminazi bullshit and are heading back. We will submit a formal complaint to the president of the university and will approach the local media to have you fired. You fat, ugly, butch dyke, misandrous, male dumping shit. Cheers. Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. Prof. Hugo de Garis at yahoo.com. Website profhugodegaris.wordpress.com. YouTube channels De Garis, Masculist, MGTOW, Flyers, and De Garis Essays. Patreon, patreon.com/profhugodegaris. Ciao.